Hello and welcome to another Modern Cube draft. This is Old Man Poole. I never know what to say at the beginning of the packs here. Usually I'm like, this is a good pack, this is a bad pack. I can never tell with Modern. There's so many random cards going around that seem great. What do we got here? Probably, I think Snapcaster Mage is the first thing that really jumps out to me. It's just a very, very powerful, very efficient card. Works well with pretty much anything else that's blue, honestly. Instants and sorceries, whether it's fixing, counter spells, whatever else. I think Hazard the Fervent's probably pretty good in mono red. Ral Zarek, probably not the best. I'll probably better than Sorin, maybe not. Do like Careful Consideration an awful lot too. Grafted War Gear is a little bit interesting. I think I'm just gonna take the Snapcaster here. Alright, what next? Could take Tidings, just as a very powerful blue draw spell. We could take Young Pyromancer. I guess you've already kind of gotten to the spells deck, so maybe I should try and do something a little bit different. Consuming Vapors is pretty reasonable. Opposing Sovereign, choose your opponent's controller on the battlefield tapped. It's fine, I suppose. Again, maybe if you're doing sort of like a aggressive Boros. That's right, I couldn't think of the term for a second there. A Boros deck. I think I'm just going to take the Tidings. This is a very big draw spell. It helps you put the game away if you make it to the late game. Okay, Temporal Mastery is a little bit interesting. I don't think it's probably the best. Let's see, what sets it up? Not much, right? I guess you can do it with Serum Visions, but like Sleight of Hand doesn't do it. It's a little bit tough. There's probably some other cards that stack on top of your deck, but there aren't tons. We could just take Pack Rat as kind of a stupidly good, we just play this card and we win sort of card. We could play Is It Charm because it works well with Snapcaster. Kind of tempted between Pack Rat. I kind of do want to take Temporal Mastery, but that's probably not correct. Creeping Tar Pit is also a very, very good finisher. Tar Pit? Maybe I'll take the Tar Pit. Is that silly over Pack Rat? I mean, if your opponent can't deal with this, it gets absurd really fast. Maybe Pack Rat's better. I think it's close there. Okay. If we were going to mono red, Hell Rider's great for that. Porcelain Legionnaire is also pretty good if you're going aggressive, but I think Serum Visions just is going to steal our heart right now, and we're happy with that. So maybe we'll take that Temporal Mastery and try and go deep if it comes around. Okay. Hero of Oxid Ridge is another great aggressive card. We have Dissolve here, which is fine, but not exciting, and so is Gifted Aetherborn. We do have a couple of red lands, both of which are fine. I guess red-white specifically. We could take Sorin, not a bad controlling card, maybe another good finisher. Mutavault is also not bad. I think I'm going to pick up the Sorin here. I think this is the highest power card. Okay, Liliana's not bad. We can also pick up black-green lands here. Teferi's, I don't know. I did play against an opponent that had that, and Teferi seemed quite good for them, but it sort of feels unexciting to me a lot of the time. You could just pick up Sphinx's Revelation if we're already going white. Although I'm not sure we're going to have tons and tons of ramp, and that's really what makes Sphinx's Revelation stand out. You could take Angel of Sanctions as kind of a crazy finisher. I think I actually might take the Sanctions here. This is really nice. It removes any permanent, and then you can bring it back later on, so it tends to be pretty difficult for your opponent to consistently deal with. Archangel of Thune I think is probably pretty good in tokens. Puppeteer Click is like the... Yeah, put target creature card for battlefield under control gains haste. Okay, so you get to do that a couple of times. You just take Duress, which is quite good in some matchups. We could take Electrolyze. I'm worried that we're picking a bunch of value cards here and don't actually have any fixing yet. So I think we need to pick up lands pretty aggressively. I think some tables you can get lands a lot later than others, and I think this might be one where our opponents are picking them fast. So Reflector Mage, which is pretty good, and so is Rebel Arc. Right now we have Snapcaster Mage, and I guess we actually don't have very many creatures. Pack Rat also works off for Rebel Arc. That might be more powerful than Reflector Mage. Might be kind of close. Electro Mage is kind of nice just for tempo. I think we're more of a value deck right now, though. So let's pick up Regal Arc. Okay, Dragon Skull Summit, I think, is going to be our pick here. Ralzeric's fine. Oh, wow. I love Careful Consideration. Maybe I overvalue this card, but I feel like it should not wheel nearly as often as it should. I'm not actually sure we're playing red. We don't need lands. Or we need lands here, though. Yeah, I'm going to take the Consideration. And then I'm going to regret it in a couple of turns. With that in mind, maybe Young Pyromancer is not where we should be going. Maybe we should just take Scatter to the Winds. Don't love Brawl. I played that in my first draft and was pretty unimpressed. And there's Temporal Mastery. I think we will play it, even with one Serum Visions. That I think increases its value a fair amount. And this can lead to some kind of disgusting turns. Does look like mono-red sort of aggressive decks are just available. I think I'm going to take the Devil's Play. I don't think it's likely we play it. We would love to be able to play Mutavault, but I'm not sure our land's going to be good enough to allow it. Dead and Gone. This is okay, but Fairy, I think, is our pick. Okay, so we have good cards. We have a lot of good cards, but that's not uncommon in Cube, and we really failed to pick up the lands in the first pack, so I think we have to prioritize that very aggressively going forward. So let's see here. We've got a couple of blue-green lands. Supreme Will, Cast Out, Gilded Lotus, although I'm not sure we're doing really anything with that. Chasm Skulker, still don't really even know what this is. It gets bigger over time, and then makes a bunch of Unlock Squids. Okay. I just don't even know if that's good or not. I think that it's between Cast Out and Supreme Will for our deck. I don't hate Gonti, but right now we're definitely more in blue-white. I guess blue base. I think I'm going to take the Supreme Will here. Just a little bit more fixing. Doesn't work with Temporal Mastery, unfortunately, but that's alright. Here we've got Obnixilis, which I think is quite good. Aether Adept, Gate, Oust, Confidant. Don't think we're a Confidant deck, certainly. Could take Temple of Epiphany here. It does allow us to splash for something like Electrolyze. Don't think... Yeah, maybe we'll take the land. I don't think anything here is so absurd that we need to avoid it. This is not red-white, or blue-red's not as exciting as some things we could be doing, but I think it's okay. Okay, I do like Condescend, do like Muldrifter, do like Temple of Silence. I think we just need to take the land, unfortunately. I'm pretty serious, our land is really bad right now, and land is kind of the most important thing in Cube. All the cards are just so good anyway that if you're changing one finisher for another, they're kind of all replaceable, I guess. Okay. We have Dungeon Geist, which is pretty good, Lockkeeper, which is fine, Ultimate Price, which is fine. Commit to Memory, which I don't love. Restoration Angel. I guess it's really good with Revel Arc. Not great with Angel, although it is okay. Pretty good with Snapcaster. That's a little bit interesting. Restoration Angel does have definite synergies. We just take the Ultimate Price here. Destroys a lot of the threats in the cube that we care about. Not in mono black. We take Oblivion Stone as kind of an awkward board wipe, but maybe awkward board wipe is what this deck needs. Hopes that's another good finisher, but yeah, I think I'm actually going to take the Oblivion Stone. I think if we get up into the later game, we're going to be in a pretty good spot, so just staying alive up until then is pretty good. Okay, Hallowed Fountain, Shadow Mage Infiltrator is good, so is Hangerback Walker, so is Torrential Gear Hulk, so is Jace. But again, gotta take our lands, I think, at this point. Sheldock Isle I like quite a bit. Could take Sulphur Falls. We're not for sure playing red. Like, Electrolyze is fine, but not even like absurd. We'd kind of want to find another good red card for it. Sheldock Isle I do think is pretty high quality. I like Into the Royal. I like if nothing else. I was gonna say I like Fatal Push, but actually I think Fatal Push is probably pretty bad most of the time in the cube. It's a sideboard card, but not great otherwise. Let's take Into the Royal though. Okay, Collective Effort's okay. Kind of a versatile card because it either blows up a big creature or a troublesome enchantment. Man, mono red looked super open, but that's alright. Let's take the Phyrexian Metamorph here. I don't hate the Cloudskate either, but Phyrexian Metamorph's pretty good. Alright, cast out Aether Adapt or Oust? Probably Oust, right? Pretty good tempo hit. Gaining 3 life is significant, but putting a creature on top of the library is like card for card anyway, and putting it 2 down buys you a little bit more time too. Yeah, I think mono red was just like crazy open here. I guess we'll take Char. It's the most likely thing we'd play, although not real likely it makes our deck either. Okay, Dungeon Geist coming around's not unfortunate. Trophy meter, I guess, goes and gets like swords, probably the main thing. But I do like me Dungeon Geists. I also like Shadow Mage Infiltrator. I think people underrate that card as well. Ceram's Expertise is probably not a main deck card for us, but it's not bad. Okay, so again, still pretty healthy on playables. Not really healthy on lands. Okay, so Watery Grave here. Tragic Slip, Imprisoned in the Moon. Other stuff that's not quite as exciting. I guess Frost Titan's pretty good, but lands above all else. Ooh, Marsh Flats. That is great. Marsh Flats can go and find us our Watery Grave on time. It fixes for all 3 colors. I would play Spell Queller, would play Tameo. Probably play Banishing Light. Play a lot of the cards here, but Marsh Flats. OP. Okay. Could play Bolus. Bolus is exciting. Could also play Looted Delta or Sleight of Hand or Azure Mage. There's a lot of stuff we would like to play in this. Lingering Souls is great. Censor I'd play. I think we just take the land though. A little bit tragic, but it's another thing that fixes our mana and mana above all else. To be fair, I'm not sure there was a ton more we could have picked in the first pack. We maybe just didn't have a ton of things to hit, but we're going for it now. We didn't end up taking the Angel, so Zealous Conscripts doesn't get there. Looter Core is good. Victim of Night's also pretty good. This is double black, which is a little bit tough on us potentially. Wasn't impressed with Murder's Cut. We played it before, and that was in a pretty spell-heavy deck, so I think I'm just gonna take the Looter here. Maybe let's take Avacyn. Avacyn's a little bit interesting. 4/4 Flash Flyer a lot of the time. How are we doing on finishers? We're doing okay, right? Maybe a little bit light. We have a lot of controlling effects. I think I'd like the Looter more. Ooh, Geist is really good. Glory Bound Initiate, if you were going crazy, it'd be pretty powerful. You do need to be aggressive though. Steam Vents, I'm not that impressed with our red. I'm not going to worry about that. But Geist is another pretty good finisher all on its own. So happy to pick him up. And there's Olivia Voldaren, which is pretty good. Spiketail Drakeling, kind of interesting. Olivia Voldaren is pretty good. Just gonna steal your opponent's creatures if you have enough mana. You need a lot of black though, and it's gonna be a double splash for us. Bloodgift Demon isn't all that different. Like as far as card advantage, it's a little bit worse certainly, but maybe we're okay with that. Sword of Light and Shadow is really good with Geist, not much outside of that. I think I'm gonna take the Bloodgift Demon and not push it on the mana. Okay, Isolated Chapel and Irrigated Farmland and Jace, and never returned. And when it rains, it pours. Do like Jace a lot. see, how many lands do we have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not enough, certainly. So probably Chapel over Farmland. I'm not sure this is a deck that's gonna have trouble filtering out its mana with things like the Shadow Mage Infiltrator and the Looter. So I don't think the being able to cycle something away is super premium for us. We have Ambitions Cost, Body Double, Knight's Whisper. I think we're probably just going to do Ambitions Cost here. Another pretty good big draw spell. We could also take Blood Crypt. It is something that we can find with Marsh Flats and with Polluted Delta, actually. Which means our red would be super good, but I'm just not that excited. Not that excited to play red. Ambitions Cost it is. Alright. Spectral Procession or Tragic Slip. Don't love Asylum Visitor. We don't have a ton of removal actually right now, so which means Tragic Slip gets worse for us. Like a lot of our removal are things like Cast Out or Oblivion Stone, which don't work with it anyway. Then I took the Spectral Procession. I'm usually pretty impressed with this card, especially if your land is not terrible. Okay, Spell Queller I think is fine. Ooh, wow, Lingering Souls this late. Bloodline Keeper is also really good, but Souls is just a great card early on. Azure Mage is also powerful, since there's a lot of stuff we like here, but I think Souls is the best. Ugh, too many things in that one pack. Too much value. And there's the Abyssin. We may end up playing that. Don't think Oblivion Stone is great in this deck. We actually ended up pretty much being a creature value deck, which is a little bit unusual. And Olivia came back around. Yeah, I guess we didn't really prioritize our lands, but yeah. Okay, Chain to the Rocks. We're only really good if we're playing red though, which I don't think we are. Okay, I think we have a sort of decent like mid-range value deck. I don't think that it's absurd, certainly, but probably not bad either. Alright, let's group our creatures separately. I think Teferi is a sideboard card. I don't think we're really a SRAM deck. I think you only really want that if you're going hard on tokens. Or maybe if your opponent's really beat down, it's not bad bringing in. Okay, we've got a good number of sort of value cards. I'm going to move Lingering Souls up here because it's kind of a creature. Sorin. Bad, not bad. Or Spectral Procession. That's probably going to cost like an average of 4 or something in this deck. Kind of a worse Lingering Souls, probably, but still, Lingering Souls is great, so. Metamorph is really bad against some decks. We could argue that it should just be a sideboard card. It's never, like, the absolute nut. It is just a clone most of the time, but it's fine, too. Let's see, Revel Arc brings back Metamorph, Geist, Spell Queller, Shadow Mage, a lot of things. A lot of things. Okay, I think Sublime Archangel, which we picked up there at the end, is not going to be great. We don't have tons and tons of creatures. I think it's just going to be worse than a lot of our other flying finishers. I do think Revel Arc is good, though. Kind of want all of our removal. I think this is all stuff we want to be doing. Could cut Ambitions cost since we've got Tidings and already a fair amount of card draw. Do you think it's probably worse than Careful Consideration? Yeah, maybe Ambitions cost just isn't that exciting compared to our other stuff. We already have 2 really good draw spells there, Supreme Will, Filters, Serum Visions. Other stuff, a Blood Gift Demon. Okay. That brings us down to 24. One more cut to make. I think it is the Metamorph, although I could see bringing it as a sideboard option, certainly. Okay. I think the deck is sweet. I am not positive it's absurd, but it does look good. We're a little bit like just a mishmash of good cards, which often ends up being not the most powerful, powerful decks, but I think it is okay. maybe we don't want to play Mutavault. Maybe the colorless land is just a bit much here. So right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Wait. 4 white source, 5 white sources, because Delta can go and get Hallowed Fountain. So let's pull up our Notepad Righteousness. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black sources. I guess it should be consistent, right? Swamp. And then for blue, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, although harsh flats can find that. So 5. 5 everything. It's kind of funny. Okay, so our mana ended up being not terrible. It was really good picking up those couple of fetch lands. And a couple of nice shock lands to go along with them. So you got 10 more mana to throw around. I think we're mostly blue, not real aggressive. On black, it's probably blue most, then white, then black. So I'd like to have at least 10 blue sources, I think. And then maybe like 3-2, play 10-8-7. Seems pretty reasonable. Oh, oops, went out of order there though. So we do want double planes fairly regularly. We'd also like double black once in a while to get to the Blood Gift Demon. Also, if you get a 6 mana, I guess Pack Rat kind of wants to. Or even 5, so you can do it the first turn. Okay, I think that's okay though. So let's add in 3 plains, 5 islands, 2 swamps. Not crazy different. Magic on the Line wants a little bit more weight towards swamps, but I think this is going to be best. Alright, next week, I'll see you guys for match 1.